do we also have the Artemis launch? Oh wait, the NASA Artemis launch is like right here. It's on from
and
Twitch
KU has
here.
reported today of good luck.
All right, we're going back to the moon, everybody. You know, it's not impressive. I've done it before.
That OSC, then
but we're going back to the moon. We're going to go check it out, see what's up there.
Right, LP, you concur with that?
Yes, sir. LP concurs go.
And launch director.
And it's T-minus 10 minutes to launch.
Right, and I'm going to go ahead and just verify everybody has everything else complete.
They're holding it 10 minutes at the moment?
Okay. Pick up the poll at that time. Unless there's something else.
It's so funny when chatters are like, dude, you have to watch this. And like, it's not even happening yet.
I would like one last check.
Not impressive. It's not impressive. I've been there before. We've been there before. Many people are saying going again is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, OTC, this is CVSC, that 400.
What's impressive is, will Iran be able to go to the moon? I think not. I think not. I've done it. I'm going to the moon. Once again, they told me it's unbelievable. No one can do it again. I said, I've done it before. My uncle is a professor of rockets at MIT. Many people, including my uncle, said I could be an astronaut. And he knew rockets like Rocket Man. Chat is not going on. The f*** do you want? They're still holding.
On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis 2. Let's go. And into the launch director.
Go ahead, launch director.
Yes, sir. You have a go to proceed with countdown.
Oh, shit.
Copy that. I'll put it in work. CDR, NTD.
Go.
Your visors and initiate short purge per your EPROC 10.1.1, steps 8 and 9.
10.1.1, 8,
Is
9.
this marketing for the Mario Galaxy movie? Yeah.
CVSC, NTD. Start and verify recording.
Trump apparently said we're going beyond the stars. He doesn't know how space works.
Well, there you heard it.
RSR, NTD.
RSR.
They're getting ready to start terminal count.
arm rotation enable at this time, please.
It's currently at T-minus 10 minutes. Once we wrap up this last bit of work,
SNA arm rotation enable complete.
we're going to start that clock.
Copy that. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not impressive. Katy Perry did it first. Katy Perry, she's a real beauty. She's a real astronaut. Alongside Katy Perry, we sent Jeff Bezos.
You heard an issue,
Katy Perry
worked
up
in
there,
real time
said,
with telemetry lock on the Orion.
You're going to stay up there. That's what he said.
It was very short. They checked the data, confirmed that they had a good lock. This was with the S-band transmitter on the Orion. Worked through that issue, looked at the data, and cleared it. All with the world watching. Impressive work by the launch team. So we have a 2-hour window, which starts in just a few minutes at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time.
And ECL NTD will be waiting for your verification on the short purge.
ECL copies.
And for all personnel, once we get that short purge verification, we'll verify that we are clear to go, and then we'll proceed with the terminal count.
Is this April Fool's? Yeah. I mean, it is pretty impressive that we're just like launching a rocket to the moon. It's crazy because like I have a rocket scientist for a brother, and I wasn't even like aware that this was happening.
Copy.
It ain't even T-minus 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if that's stuck or not, or if they actually hit the 10 minutes countdown in a minute, in a second.
So we're going into the launch window, but not by much, it looks like. Just wrapping up some final work. And once that's completed, you'll hear NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding ask for the ground launch sequencer operator to go ahead and start the clock. The ground launch sequencer is an application software. It runs on top of the launch control system in the firing room, acts like a conductor of an orchestra, executing hundreds of commands in precise order and timing. It's all autonomous.
NTD CCL 212, short purge initiation is verified.
All right, copy that, and we're verifying our constraints. All right, and we're clear from cutouts. And with that, we're going to resume the clock momentarily. And CGLS, you can resume the clock on your mark.
Imagine if Donald Trump
copy.
says the first moon landing was
2,
fake.
1.
just so he can take
TLS
ownership
mainline
over
has been
the
initiated.
only moon landing that has
10 minutes
happened
and counting.
under his watch. It was fake, folks. Believe
And
it.
that
It was
begins
fake the
terminal
first
count. Our
time. I
new
know. I'm the
T0
president.
is
They told me. They leaked me the
6:35 p.m.
secrets.
Eastern time.
It was fake. It's
6:35
real now,
p.m.
but it
Eastern
was
time.
fake last
We are
time.
now counting down to liftoff of Artemis 2.
I didn't want to say it, but we never
From now
made
on,
it
you're
to
going
the
to hear
moon.
two voices on the loops. If everything goes nominally,
Oh, this is a
NASA
landing
Test
mission.
Director
Okay,
Jeff
that makes
Spalding,
sense.
who's
That's why it's
directly
not as
managing
impressive.
the launch team, and Alex Bendelos, the GLS operator who closely monitors the software. He has the ability to stop and restart the countdown.
Still very impressive, just not as impressive as landing. Believe it, folks.
A lot of people ask
We're
about whether
landing,
there's a
and we're
launch
landing
button. There
good. I'm
certainly
gonna
is
make
not.
them land.
Rock.
I'm gonna
Artemis
make
is
them
22,
land.
35, 12.
Houston flight copies.
Rock copies.
22, 35, 12.
I told him, get up there,
Affirm.
take a look, see if it's
There you heard
cheese.
confirmation of the exact T0, 6:35
What's it
and
made
12
out of?
seconds p.m.
Unbelievable.
Eastern time. Again, our T0 is 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern time.
Joe Biden
But
would
as I
have
was
never
saying,
been able
there's
to
no
land.
launch button. This is autonomous. But there is a button that keeps you from launching, and that button allows the GLS operator to pause the countdown outside of terminal count and during terminal count and submit a hold to the next holding point. So the clock won't stop right away. If there's an issue, we'll go to the next stable holding point. This is how GLS configures the rocket and ground systems to a stable point where they can stop the countdown if that's needed. But right now, we are counting down. Our next big milestone, looking to retract the crew access arm.
GLS is go for crew access arm retract.
And there you see the crew access arm moving away. That's the path that the astronauts took to ingress into the rocket. Until this point, that was their way off the pad if they needed to evacuate. But now with that arm retracting, the backup transitions to a launch abort system. And they'll begin arming that shortly. Of course, the launch abort system, great shot there of the crew access arm retracting away. The launch abort system is the tower at the top, and that's what would pull Orion and its crew off the top of the rocket in case of an emergency, whether it's on the ground or in flight. This is critical safety hardware that protects the lives of the astronauts. Starting at T-minus 6 minutes, the GLS will start bringing that and other high-energy systems online, starting with core stage pressurization.
I'm standing up while I'm watching, like I'm at the mission station. I'm in the command center. Trump on the launch. He had a take on it tonight at 6:24 p.m. EST for the first time ever in over 50 years. America is going
Whether
back
it's
to the
90%
moon.
go,
Artemis
range is
2,
go.
among the most powerful rockets ever built, is launching our
systems
brave
are go.
astronauts farther into deep space than any human has ever gone. We are winning in
GLS is
space,
go
on
for core
Earth,
stage 10
and everywhere
pressurization.
in between, economically, militarily, and now
that
beyond
means
the
the replenish
stars.
valve for the
Nobody
liquid
comes
hydrogen
close.
tank has now closed.
America doesn't
and
just
that tank is
compete,
beginning
we
to
dominate.
pressurize to
And the
flight
whole
levels
world is watching.
that
God
hydrogen is
bless our
naturally boiling
incredible
inside the
astronauts.
tank.
God bless NASA. And God bless the greatest nation to ever exist.
We'll get the liquid oxygen tank a little later in the count.
It's just, he makes everything, he makes patriotism feel even
Now the team
more
is waiting
cringe than
for
it actually is. You know what I mean?
verification that if
Like, I
needed,
feel
the
indecent
Artemis 2
celebrating
crew could
American
use the launch
accomplishments
abort
when he's
system to pull Orion
celebrating
safely off the top
alongside
of the rocket in an emergency.
us.
Let's listen
know?
in for that call.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to say this is
GLS
fire, this
verifies
is
last
dope, this is
capability
cool,
available.
but like when Trump is like writing like that, I'm like, ugh, gross. We're dominating militarily. What the f does that have to do with anything, dumbass?
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify that with the commander of the
Oh,
mission.
my food is here. Holy shit.
GLS is go for FTS arm.
Now work is being done to arm the flight termination system. This is so the range safety can send a flight termination command if the rocket flies too far off track. There is a brief built-in delay so the launch abort system has time to pull the astronauts to
GLS
safety
go for
first.
LH2 high flow bleed check.
All right, the high flow bleed check. That's so the cryo team gets verification that the RS-25 engines, all 4 of them, are in the proper temperature range for launch.
GLS go for core stage APU start.
Core stage APUs start. Those are auxiliary power units, high-speed turbines, which provide pressure to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25 engines. We're going to see a gimbal test a little later at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is what allows that to happen. Coming up in about 20 seconds, we're listening for go for purge sequence 4. That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve. This gets all the air and moisture out of there.
GLS go for purge sequence 4.
Moving through the milestones. All is looking good. Coming up in just a few seconds, we're going to get that thrust vector control actuator test. This is a gimbaling of the engines. There are the 4 RS-25s, 3 of them Shuttle Heritage, 1 of them built from shuttle parts. And there you see them moving.
Stop the count. Thank God I didn't miss it while I was getting my food.
Now we're going to start moving the power from both the upper stage and the lower stage of the rocket to internal, taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
GLS go for upper stage to internal power.
All right, power is removed from the rocket's upper stage, the ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis 2 crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
These are not jalapeno poppers, they're shishito.
Internal power.
All right, there's the rocket's core stage, which houses 3 flight computers, is now on its own power. There's no more hold time because there's no more margin on these batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
One minute.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
Murat did not play a role in this
go
one.
for ALS.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket
As far as I know.
NASA has ever launched. Sound suppression water is flowing.
15.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
That's so sick.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of
spite of
integrity
our
on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Genuine stupidity and cruelty, rank cruelty, there is still some
Integrity, AMT high.
hope
On time
for a
passing
better
30
fucking
seconds.
future, dude.
Integrity passes the alternate beacon. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on 4 main engines. Space Launch System core stage.
Thank God for our
Integrity,
scientists.
3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
The best of humanity.
Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, Ponce de Leon.
Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon.
What the fuck is this hope?
Yeah,
What does this do? What do you mean? It's a scientific achievement, Chad.
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic.
This is the one area where I don't
90
see
seconds
this.
into the Artemis 2 mission. Integrity
I do not see this as a
14 miles in
waste.
altitude, 8 miles downrange.
You guys didn't know that about me. I'm not one of the guys who's like, why are we putting a man on the moon? That's a waste. I don't believe that. This is where all
1
of
minute
our
50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation, expected at the 2-minute 9-second mark. We see throttle down. Confirmed separation. Main engines throttling up, guidance converged.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
Integrity, SM priming complete.
SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state, ahead of service module fairing separation. 3 minutes into the flight. Integrity, 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour.
Looks so fake. Yeah, it's not real. It's AI, bro.
Standing by for launch abort system jettison.
Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view.
Yeah, just be excited that this money didn't go to Israel, okay?
Copy jettison, Team Eco 8+02.
We see the same on board, Stan.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tidris at the Carmen line.
Outstanding, Stan, we have you the same.
3 minutes 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis 2, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen cross the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
Integrity, GPS processing.
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Better internet than you have in LA? True.
Integrity, 3-engine press.
3-engine press.
It is
On
crazy.
time now, passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
Can they FaceTime? Yeah.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Flat Earthers cooked.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Friedling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown. Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
6 minutes 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight. 7 minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7 minute 30 second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
R.I.P. USSR, you would have loved Marat.
Open.
I don't know about that.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time. About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
Can you say why you're not on the rocket? Anti-Semitism. I got canceled. They asked me to do it.
Integrity and nominal MECO core stage separated.
And we set it up, and I was going to do it, and then they pulled out last second.
We see the same on board, Stan.
Eight minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. 9 minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
What's the cost of this? Like a couple $2 billion? This entire project, chat?
Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
Capcom Stan Loves now reminding the crew that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected
billion?
Prior to
so the 2 days of the
ignition.
Iran war, give or take.
That time being 49 minutes 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
Nice. Chat, to do Israel's bidding is a reward in and of itself. Okay? Those who bless Israel will be blessed. Those who curse Israel will be cursed.
Integrity, good Neds deploy. Copy that, Stan. Good Neds.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fucked up. These guys are going to space further than any man has ever been. Instead of, I don't know, continuing the war against Iran for 4 more days.
PWD setup, just a reminder, halfway open on the secondary.
Pretty anti-Semitic of them.
That's halfway open.
Passing 11 minutes of mission
Should've gone to
elapsed
the Iron
time.
Dome, you know?
Here, overhearing the conversation between Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reed Wiseman, already passing some milestones. We have a good nozzle extension deployment system. That is confirmed, complete. We also have the visors are confirmed up. Now past the dynamic phase of flight, that is ascent. Their launch and entry suits that provided them an extra layer of protection. Now not as needed. They're going to raise those visors. And later in today's mission, they will begin to egress or get out of the suits to begin some of their initial tasks of activating some of the systems aboard in the Integrity spacecraft.
They're
12 minutes
they're
of
200
mission
miles away
elapsed
from
time. Again, the perigee raise.
They're 241,000 miles away from the
mission
moon.
elapsed time, 49 minutes 50 seconds. That's what the crew is going to be working towards. The Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover will focus on preparing for that milestone. In the meantime, mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen will start some of the activation of environmental control life support systems. You may hear confirmation of their activation over the Orion to Earth communication network.
Houston, C3 aux power back in auto. Copy C3 aux, and we're 2 minutes to maneuver.
Bro said, dude, this trip takes 4 to 5 days. I thought it would be a couple hours. To go to the moon?
13 minutes and 30 seconds of mission elapsed time. We're going to
You thought it
continue
would
to
take-
follow the crew of the Artemis 2 mission. They are beginning their journey around the moon to verify the systems that will take us to its surface. An incredible ascent.
To go to the
Artemis
moon.
2 is underway. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen begin their journey to the moon. Still milestones to come up as we await solar array deploy and the critical burns that will get integrity into high Earth orbit around the Earth.
Bro, be
before
like,
engines
it's
are
right
fired
there.
to get us.
I see it every night. It ain't impressive.
Cabs on integrity and its crew from here in Mission Control, Houston. But for now, we're going to
Dude,
send
it is
back
very
to you,
far away.
Megan and Nicole at the Kennedy Space Center. Very jealous to hear.
As you
how
can see
the
from here,
launch
it is
experience was
approximately
over on the
at
Space Coast.
from where
Hi, Gary.
the
For people who are just joining us, welcome back
where
to
the
Space
shuttle
Coast,
is
where we
is
just saw
250,000
Artemis
miles
2
away
lift
almost.
14
Like 240,000
minutes ago.
miles
Wow,
away.
What an amazing launch and an emotional one too. As soon as the rocket lifted off, Nicole, you had tears in your eyes. I had tears in my eyes, and we had all these people around us cheering. It was amazing.
Yeah, the energy was wonderful. I mean, it was a beautiful launch. We've got 4 friends and family members headed to the moon. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. How does that make you feel as someone who, is an astronaut as well, but also, as you said, friends?
Yeah, so proud of them. Man, we don't have the words in the English language to describe this kind of an event, and pride, love, so many emotions. They are truly breaking some barriers, and hopefully, as Gary just said, they've got a long day ahead of them. So wishing them well on everything. But so far, what a beautiful launch to watch.
Yeah, to be returning to the lunar orbit in more than 50
cute as
years.
hell, bro.
Maybe they go farther from Earth than any other humans before them. Maybe they see parts of the moon that we've never seen before. I mean, what a great start to what could be all of these milestones that we break in just a 10-day mission.
Yes, what a way to welcome in the Artemis generation.
Yeah, how do you feel? I mean, we saw some beautiful shots we were covering of course, the rocket, of course, the Earth falling away as we continued up into our ascents, but also some of those crowd shots where we saw young and old just emotional, overcome by this history-making moment.
Man, we are going back to the moon for all, and we saw that today. We saw that in all the crowds. And you guys just saw that view, the sunrise or sunset, I guess. They just made it over the crest of the Earth, and you could see the sun peeking over. One of my favorite views from space, and I can't imagine what they're looking at now, and I can't wait to see what they're looking at in about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, I'm surprised this launched on the first try, because we know, like any little thing, we have to be keeping safety in mind, and we want to make sure we're ready to go. But we were ready to go, and I think it surprised a lot of people. What a wonderful surprise on this Wednesday evening.
It did, and it kind of surprised me as well. But it's just a testament to the team here that has been working so hard on Artemis. Artemis 1, we learned a ton of lessons. We learned a ton from the wet dress for Artemis 2. We were able to go in, fix those things. We even had a couple mishaps today, not mishaps, but a couple, anomalies today that the team creatively came up with solutions for. It's just a testament to the teamwork that gets us to the moon.
And so we can continue to watch Christina, Reed, Victor, and Jeremy on their way now to the moon in Earth's orbit and awaiting the next in-flight milestones, deploying Orion's solar arrays. So why don't we get back in with Mission Control and Gary.
Hey, thank you, Megan. Again, we're following along in the action. It is a long day. They have a number of procedures they need to get to immediately in their timeline.
And Integrity Houston, crosstie is on board per the FCDM.
We copy Houston. Thank you.
Crosstie referring to flight controllers here initiating a connection between some of the batteries aboard the Orion spacecraft, allowing for an even distribution of power. This is the flight control teams that took us through ascent of the Artemis 2 mission today.
Look at these freaking nerds.
Right now we're, as you see, passing 18 minutes of mission elapsed time. The Orion spacecraft integrity and the interim cryogenic propulsion system are maneuvering tail
He didn't
to
say
sun.
Iranian. I think he said Orion.
It is in this orientation, this attitude.
Integrity anywhere until not momentary prop caution. And Reed, no action. We're looking at it.
Bro, that is a shit ton of monitors, bro. They got me beat.
Commander Reed Wiseman verifying
These guys are the real
what
streamers. You know what I mean? Shut up. This is what your setup looked like in Cuba. Yeah. Yeah, this was my setup in Cuba. That's why I was actually stealing all the energy from the orphanage down the street. Like, that's why the orphanage did not have any energy whatsoever. Domino's tracker. I was like, no energy for you, baby. Sorry. Have you done communist propaganda for the communist government? And the baby was like, wah. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. You're a counter-revolutionary, baby. Give me all the energy. And the babies were crying. They're like, we're orphans. We're orphans. We're orphaned by the communist government. And I was like, yeah, your parents were also counter-revolutionaries. This is what happens. And then I ate all the baby's food. Yeah, that's what happened. The rocket blew up? Wait, shut the fuck up. Are you April Foolsing me right now? Shut up. Don't even.
With the deployment confirmed, it'll be several minutes until they are what is called in a latched position. Once they are latched and confirmed to be drawing power, they can switch the mode to AT.
You guys are not funny, dude.